On this channel, we've talked about solo leveling, we've talked about Omniscient Reader and Doombreaker, all of these comics that have this very similar theme to an apocalyptic event or some kind of event that's happening. Doesn't have to be apocalyptic, that makes our main character have to go through a series of events to become basically very overpowered and dominate his opponents. And I'm the Max Level Newbie is no exception. It's basically a turn or a twist on these classic stories that have become such a staple on WEBTOON, right? It reminds me very much of Omniscient Reader, except maybe mixed with solo leveling, which also sounds like Doombreaker. But what I think is really cool is that these comics have become almost like their own genre at this point. And of course, with comics like solo leveling coming to an end, people who liked that feeling are gonna want to explore something else, which is why I think talking about comics like this is really cool, because it gives you an avenue to explore something else that's still similar. So even if you weren't like the biggest fan of a different one, you can still try out a new one. I'm the Max Level Newbie is about a guy who is a streamer, which is already really cool because I feel like it's not common, obviously. It's not like everyone can just be a streamer, but it is something that has become more prevalent today, and a lot of people make their money off of streaming, and it's just really cool to see that in a comic on WEBTOON, you know, like, in even like the contracts and being like, you know, used for money, like a lot of these issues are being addressed, which I rarely ever see, so already that's pretty unique. But he's a streamer who basically wants more in life. He could have been good at sports, but he chose to do this, and he basically was the only person who ever played this video game, or the only person who played it to completion, because this video game was extremely difficult, like to a degree that was insane. And so it took him like 11 years to beat this game while everyone else only played the first few levels and then eventually quit. But just like in this classic genre fashion, that tower ends up actually appearing in the real world, and of course, because he has played through all the levels, he knows exactly what needs to be done. Again, that's not something we haven't seen before. Omniscient Reader follows this exact same formula, but I do like the differences. The idea of this tower appearing out of nowhere, and also different towers appearing all over the world, like in every single country, that's super cool, you know? And what I also love about I'm the Max Level Newbie is that the main character doesn't freak out over this apocalyptic event, and he's not, oh no, what am I gonna do? And everyone's not like just screaming. It just jumps right in. It's like you already know that people are freaking out. You don't have to see it. It just immediately jumps you right into the action. Which, by the way, the action so far has been really good, really solid. The art style is amazing, so defined, and it just looks clean as heck. So already, like, I'm invested just because of that. But what I also like is, again, it features this sort of like test formula, not tests necessarily, but like the first trial that the character has to overcome has to do with like a tree that has fruits, but like it's not what it seems, so he has to wait for the fruit. Like, it's not just like fighting. It also involves, like, okay, how is this trial going to go? And by the way, the story only has 3 chapters out currently, at least free on WEBTOON. Of course, you can read more if you wish, but like that already is great because it means, okay, your commitment is small. Like, if you want to give this a shot, there's only 3 chapters, so really this is the best time to jump in. You can jump in, give it a shot. If it's not up your alley, then of course you can go back to Omniscient Reader or something else. But if you do like it, then there you go. You spent 5 minutes and you just found a new favorite story. I'm gonna keep giving it a shot because I do think it has potential. You know, I do like this genre a lot. I think it's super fun to have an overpowered main character who knows what he's doing. And I want to give this a shot and just see where it goes. And I hope you can join me along for the ride. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts on I'm the Max Level Newbie, leave them in the comments down below, because I'm curious like how things are going to go. I'm wondering if more characters are going to be introduced, and I don't know. I'm excited to see. Thank you to WEBTOON for sponsoring this video. If you want to support WEBTOON, then check the link down below. You can read all their comics for free on your phone, on your desktop. You know, there's so many genres. Everything you could ever want is on WEBTOON. So check the link down below. And with that being said, I will see you in my next WEBTOON review. Take care.